Okay, this particular lesson is on throwing and catching. And what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be going over some of the ways that we use throwing and catching in society. Throwing and catching has been an important part of human life since the very beginning of time. We use these skills to hunt, and we use these skills for different types of sports. And if you can tell in these pictures, other animals in nature also use throwing and catching for a variety of reasons, mostly to hunt. We have a grizzly bear on the right-hand side catching with his mouth a salmon that is swimming upstream. We also have an an archer fish, who is spitting a stream of water to knock down a bug from the plant to fall into the water to be eaten. Now, more traditionally, we use throwing for other types of entertainment and skills. Over here, we have some friends who are trying to throw skipping stones on the side of the water. If you throw it sideways and you throw it in a certain way, you can make that water or that rock dance and skip upon the water. We have Wonder Woman here with a javelin. She is an Amazonian, and she likes to compete in different types of competitions, and she's obviously really talented when it comes to throwing. This woman right here, this young woman, is throwing a shot put. Shows that as a part of a track and field event. This person right here is a champion at darts. This is just a grandfather and granddaughter enjoying a game of baseball in their backyard using throwing and catching. And this one right here is more of a newer type of activity. It's where they throw axes against a kind of like a dartboard. Let me back up a bit. These are the muscles that we use when we are throwing. So shoulder muscles are obviously key, biceps, triceps, and some of the back and the trapezius as well. And when you throw, and especially in PE, you want to build two skills, your accuracy and your strength. And we use our overhand sport skills quite a bit in a variety of different activities, from softball to badminton with the racket, baseball, javelin, and tennis. Volleyball serves too. And throwers that are really good at throwing, that are really good at accuracy and strength, well, they're going to make money. All three of these people are the highest paid, or one of the highest paid, in their respective sports. And they all have one thing in common. They all throw very well. Catching, the other skill we're talking about today, they make the news. Some of the greatest moments in the history of some sports were made with some great individual catches. Now, the underhand throw has a few very important steps. You want to make sure you're standing facing your target, whether it's a person or a basket or whatever you're aiming at. You also want to bring your arm back before you start to throw. And then as you throw, you're going to step with your opposite foot. So those of you that throw with your right hand, your left foot is actually stepping as you throw. Obviously, it would be the opposite for left-handed throwers. Your right foot would be stepping forward as you threw with your left hand. And then when you let go of the ball between your knee and your waist, and then you're going to follow through to your target. Now, the overhand throw is very similar. You are going to start with the ball in the back hand. You are going to aim with your front or open hand. And look in the diagram, number 2 and 3, that person is stepping towards their target. Now, what this does, it brings all the weight, which was on the back leg, and brings it to the front leg as you let go of the ball. Then as you let go and follow through, that arm bends down in front of you, crosses your body, and all of the weight is on the front. Throwing and catching is also a part of our nomenclature, or the way we communicate in our sayings and idioms. You're going to say things like, that person's throwing a tantrum, or they threw the game, or someone threw somebody under a bus. Not literally, it just means an expression that they're blaming other people. Thrown together is something that you just throw together. And when you throw someone for a loop, that means you're distracting someone or confusing somebody. Catching, same thing. You can catch feelings. You can catch a cold. You can catch somebody red-handed. You can say, good catch. I didn't quite catch that. What'd you say? Or someone can catch somebody's eye. That means they have their attention. So throwing and catching not only are important and every day in PE and other games and activities, but they also find themselves into our sayings. So throwing and catching is a very important part of our life. Hope you enjoyed this.